Good day. Thank you for joining us for this, the 107th episode of the Frankly Speaking Jamaica podcast. 107th episode. We are so glad that you've supported us all this time. It's just over a week to go to the local government elections, on which analysts and political interests and the Jamaican people are placing so much importance. I must mention the death of 4 people in a crash on the Falmouth Bypass Road today, Sunday, where several other deadly incidents have taken place there, And it brings to my mind this question about main roads having right-hand, 90-degree right-hand turns right across those highways, that is. Desmond Richards, Winnie Anderson Brown, and Mary White are with us again. Doing the technical and graphic support is Joshua Black. Welcome to you, colleague.
Not a problem. Thank you, Sir Mac, for that wonderful introduction. And we were having a brief backstage conversation about OETT apples.
Yes, and I want to come back to that, but I want to just mention first, Desmond, let's hear what your summary, and then Mary, and then Winnie, and then back to me and OTT apples.
Well, I want to talk about constitutional reform, the local government elections, and crime. Well, from all indications, the government is not serious about constitutional reform. They are playing a game. And what we have here, the committee that was set up, what is going on here is a joke, and it is not going to accomplish anything. Because one of the
Yeah, we're going to come back to you, Desmond. We just want you to just give our viewers and listeners just a taste of where we're going. Mary, let's hear you.
This week I'm exploring the issue as to why men say they don't like women wearing makeup. On it, we're thinking, could it be that it's a telltale sign of cheating, or that they believe that you're a true natural beauty who need no makeup to be a cutie, or really, they don't want to buy any pussy in the bag? Stay with us as we explore these issues and more when we come back.
Wow, pussy in a bag. Winnie, over to you.
I am looking at artificial intelligence and job loss. The inevitable, the fact that with technological advancement, job loss is inevitable. But this is different this time because all sectors of society are affected.
Thank you all. And we're coming back, people, to those, an expansion on those issues. But let me talk about apples and apples. By the way, there's still no update or arrest in the case of the abuse of that 91-year-old woman in Darlington a month ago. We must not forget it so easily. Well, it's OTT apple time. Frankly speaking, it's just another time when this overblessed country yields another fruit, and so much of it goes to waste. I went to a small rural area market the other day. Frankly speaking, I wanted to see if I could get some of the fantastic juicy apples that are in abundance about now. There was one vendor there selling at this market. She was selling all manner of things. One vendor inside, there were several outside, of course. It's Jamaica. I remarked to her, but I don't see you have any apples. She said, yes, I see apples here. And she showed me. I said, no, not those, not the American apples. I need OTT apples. She said, oh, them they can't keep. The Jamaican apples cannot be preserved over any particular time, which, frankly speaking, is true. Yeah. And I suspect part of the reality of so many tropical fruits that we love. them can keep. But that vendor had American apples because they sell, frankly speaking, and of course with all the chemicals on them, they can keep. They can keep for weeks, for months, we know. Put down an American apple in your on outside of your fridge and top on a chair, wherever. Months later, it's okay. Frankly speaking, Jamaicans love their imports and they keep jacking up the food bill. No, there's a side to this, the political side. We keep complaining about food prices, which right now are a burden. But that's partly because our agriculture is extremely inefficient. Jamaica imports, my friend Patrick Maitland keeps reminding us, $1.4 billion worth of food every year. 1.4 billion. That's nearly 5 times the amount of food we export. 270 odd million US. That's it. That's all. 270 odd million. So we are importing all of this food over which prices we don't have any control. We do not have any control. Improve agriculture and drive down food prices. That's the obligation of the government, of the Minister of Agriculture. Improve agricultural efficiency and drive down food prices. Last week in the markets, and then I'm talking about in the markets, $300 a pound for Irish potato, $500 a pound for sweet pepper, $500 to $600. That's $4 a pound. Cabbage was up there at 130 to 200. I mean, the little produce that we should have, scallion, $600 a pound. Drive down food prices by driving up local food production. That's what I have to say. I don't want my colleagues to get into the serious part of this. I'd just love to hear from them their responses to OTT apple.
As a child, Sir Mark, I grew up in Highgate, St. Mary. We had a OTT apple tree, and that's where I would live during apple season. I am a climber. I would climb and just sit and eat my fill. Because I don't like when they fall on the ground and get, because as they say, they're highly perishable. So you want to get them without any bruises. So the best way to enjoy your OTT apple, climb the tree, sit, eat, then you come down when your belly is full.
And you're not too full that you will fall, but it's fantastic. Desmond, your time.
Franklin, that point you made a while ago is so critical, because if you look at this year's budget, one of the things that stands out is the amount of money that is going to be used to service debt. Now, debt servicing has been our main, it has taken up significant amount of every budget for the last 30 years.
Absolutely.
And
less now than 5 years ago, one must say. Less and less as time goes on, percentage.
And the point you made a while ago, that very little attention is being paid to agriculture. And unless we pay attention to agriculture and manufacturing, all we are going to be do every year is to borrow and pay back. Now, just to mention, this year budget, the government has been boasting about no taxation for 7 years. But look out for taxes this year. Look out, because that is one of the ways how this $1.3 trillion budget is going to be financed.
And $1.4 million worth of food imports. Winnie, can you say one thing before we join you on your... Yes, go ahead, Winnie.
The only thing I will say about those apples is that I love them and I get them to buy each week.
Yeah. What sort of prices down there in Clarendon where you are?
Well, I buy a bag for $500. And yes.
Good value for money. Good value for money. You can get them from $200 to $800 a bag, depending on how many are in the bag, and depending on where you are And whether you look like Winnie that you can they take an extra money off of you, the price goes up. Okay.
It's
Now-
only when I speak, they'll try to take the extra money, you know. Otherwise,
It's entrepreneurship term. Don't knock it. Best time.
All right, Mary, you have your first 2 minutes on makeup. Why men don't like makeup.
All right, so I did it as usual. I like to go out on the street and talk to people to get some real views. So I'm talking to some men. It's not that they're saying that they don't like when their women turn heads because they look that good that other men are attracted to them and they feel threatened while they are licking out against the makeup. But here are their 3 reasons they say they don't like it. 1, makeup is like a fake mask that disguises the true look of the woman. And sometimes they will meet a pretty woman in the street, and when they take our woman, she take off the makeup. They don't quite recognize that beauty anymore.
Different woman.
different woman. 2, makeup messes up their shirt color and it can't even wash out. It's so hard to come out. It's like a stain. And it's just dirty and messy. So they don't like that. 3, makeup is unnecessary because they prefer a natural beauty. And so women should focus more on looking natural, beautiful, like a royal beauty versus, putting on this thing where hide them beauty and don't even make them look better. So those are the 3 reasons the men on the street are saying that they really don't like the makeup. So women, what say you? How are you going to please your man and keep him looking in your direction?
Quick response from you, Desmond, to
beauty?
makeup. Thanks, Mary. Quick response from you to Desmond to makeup.
Black women,
Yeah.
black women are trying too hard to look like white women, and therefore they are wedded to makeups,
Wow.
bleaching. Jamaica, for example, bleaching is very popular in Africa, right? Because the women are doing everything to make themselves looking like white women, and that is why they spend so much time putting on makeup.
Winnie, give us, I see you shaking your head.
no, I want to say something. Makeup is a part of being woman. It has always been, and it will
Like you,
always
Winnie.
be. And there are many men who pay for the makeup.
Aha.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Winnie, I've got to get you in now with your first shot, your first 2 minutes at AI.
Okay.
Go ahead, Winnie.
Let me repeat this. Every technological advancement creates displacement, and artificial intelligence is very different in that it affects all sectors of society at the same time. The skilled, the unskilled, the semi-skilled. This is not new, doctors performing surgery, robots performing surgery. Recently, my friend who had surgery, it was a robot that did her surgery.
Get out
And
of here. Where is that?
that is in the US. And there are robots that deliver medications to patients. There are self-driving vehicles. That's artificial intelligence for you. So the trucking industry is making use of artificial intelligence. These self-driving trucks can help. Why is it so important to have artificial intelligence to replace human labor? Labor is very expensive. 70% of the cost of running a business is about wages. The machines won't go on strike. They won't backtalk. They won't malingo, and they don't get tired. So it is very important for us to understand, embrace, and put in place laws and whatever it takes to protect people, because there's no avoiding artificial intelligence. It is here and here to stay.
Winnie, what a good presentation for capitalism Get rid of the workers that cost too much. They sit down too much. They ask for too much time off. They ask for holidays. Get rid of the
Mater-
workers and put in the robots.
yes,
And the third
maternity
one
and
that acts.
paternity leave. And they go on
My,
strike. And they
my
have the grapevine. And
And
they
I
create
get
all
tired
kinds of,
easily. Don't forget, tired
yes,
easily.
and they create all kinds of disturbance and trouble at work. So
God.
manage the machines.
So I didn't know. I honestly did not know that surgeries have started with robots.
It has
And
been,
you're sure of this, Winnie?
Well,
I
I
am
suppose the
positive
laser
it has
surgery
been
not
going
work.
on for a while. Sorry, Mary. It has been going on for a while. This is not the
For a
first
while.
person
Okay.
that I know personally who performed by a robot because
Okay.
of the
Well, sir,
precision and
Winnie,
the accuracy.
I'm too
Winnie,
antediluvian in this regard.
Winnie,
I'm back in the antediluvian age.
the
Now
eye
we want to
surgery
move on
could
to
be
Desmond for
something.
Yes,
his. Sorry,
I'm
I just want to
asking
move
Winnie
on to
Sherman.
Desmond now for his bite on your second thing, Desmond. Is it local government or is it crime? Where are you going now?
No, the constitutional reform.
Yes,
No,
sir. Go ahead.
this is a the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. But what the government has done so far, set up a committee which is a fake committee, because two important things. One, significant numbers of Jamaicans, and that include educated Jamaicans, don't know about the Constitution. So one of the first things that the government must do is to educate the people about the Constitution so that they know what is in the Constitution, know about it, so that when the time comes, they can make the crucial decisions. That has not been done. And the committee has been meeting now for nearly 8 months. Then the government is silent on the Privy Council. The
Well,
government,
before that, Desmond,
government,
isn't Desmond? Before you go to the Privy Council, isn't part of the issue the very thing that you are speaking about? The fact that many Jamaicans don't know about the Constitution, and many Jamaicans don't even know why they should care about the Constitution. So isn't that part of the issue why people are not drawn to the committee or to any of its activities?
so I am saying that one of the role of the government, if they are serious about constitutional reform, is to educate the people. And I am not talking about going around having a couple public forum meetings. No, you have to go down to the people and let them know what the Constitution is. Then secondly, what about the Privy Council? The government has advanced a situation where they have indicated that they want to break relationship with the monarchy. But what they have left us, they are silent on the Privy Council. So what is left out there? They want to leave the king's house, but to continue to dine at the king's table. That can't work. That can't work. And therefore, I am saying that now it's 24. Next year is going to be election, and very little
Elections can
is
very
going
well
to
be
be
this year, you know,
achieved
Desmond. You keep
from this
mentioning that.
committee that is out there right now.
Desmond, elections
The-
may very well be this year.
yes.
Elections
Well,
can
it-
be this year. It's just that
It
next
can
year
be this
is the
year. It
constitutional
can be this year
end game.
if the results of the local government elections will give us a better idea of whether we are going to have general elections this year, right?
All right, fair enough.
Then
Yeah.
the other issue.
I'd love to get a feedback from Mary and Winnie if they want to comment on how they feel about this constitutional exercise or the Constitution at all.
It takes me back to NDM. That was a central platform, constitutional reform. I don't think any of the parties seriously care about constitutional reform. It is wonderful for them the way it is.
As the Bible
Wow,
says, sir,
that's a cynical view, Winnie.
No, I
What
am
about
just
that?
sorry, I'm just telling you as it is. They are not going to do anything that will lessen the power that they have, because they even look at one thing, having term limits.
Lost you there
Who
for a
wants
while.
term limits? I want to be
Lost you there for a second, Winnie. So
there
let's
as
move
long
to
as
Mary.
I can be. So, no, okay, go ahead.
Yes, we lost you there. It's shaky. The levels are shaky. Mary?
As I was saying, Sir Mac, as in Christianity, the truth is in the word, and it's sitting there for everybody to access. But until you study to make yourself approve or express a deep interest in learning, then that truth is just sitting wasted. Until the Jamaican people, I say all that to say, until the Jamaican people have a true interest and take an active role in becoming informed, what you call them, voters, then we will have this conversation into perpetuity and ignorance.
And therefore, and therefore, to borrow from Winnie, because neither of the two political parties has an interest in change, true change, then nothing would change if the voters are uninformed.
And the government, the voters have to take an interest in becoming informed, Sir Mac.
But how do the voters, how do the people, if they don't understand the significance of it?
Understand it, you know, Sir Mac. And we have to understand it. When you go to school, you have the
we must also remember, you know, we must also remember that the existing constitution has lasted for over 60 years. So this is an opportunity. Why this is so important? This is an opportunity for this generation to set down a constitution that will last for another 60 years. Remember, the constitution is not something that you change every year, you know. It is not, it is not supposed to be like that. Right. So we every Jamaican alive must, I would argue that every living Jamaican must play a part in reforming this constitution. Must.
And you know, Desmond, to come back to the education part of it.
One of the things we must remember, we did not play any role in the existing constitution. It was handed down to us. Right? And
Winnie wants to say something, Desmond, as you wrap up. Go ahead, Winnie.
No, I was just making the point that Parliament is sovereign, not the people of Jamaica.
Yes, under this constitution. Well, I think the point that comes to me.
No, but hold on there, Winnie. Hold on. The people in the Parliament. Hold a second there. The people in the Parliament was sent there by us. They are our servants, you know. Remember that. Remember that they are not our bosses, you know.
In theory,
they are not our bosses. We are the ones who select and send them to Parliament to represent our interest.
Their interest, sir.
Desmond, I don't know if you're hearing Winnie saying that.
What we are practicing now, we are making them lords. They are not lords. They are our servants.
Desmond, you're not seeming to hear us. All right, but we're going to move on now back to Mary. Mary, we wanted to wrap up now with why you think that men, and I don't know how many men, or what proportion of the men in Jamaica don't want women to wear makeup, but I know that there is some resistance to it. But wrap up and tell us why you think, Mary, men are opposed to the women wearing it.
Of the 20 men I spoke with about why they don't like women wearing makeup, only 2 of those 20 men, Sir Mac, actually shared Winnie's view that the makeup is really good and we look better. The rest of them were just burning fire for the makeup. Women need to get rid of it.
Really, as high as that? You're talking about 90% sort of. As high as that number?
Yes.
Opposed to makeup?
Yes. What you saying, Winnie?
I was stating a fact that makeup has been with us from the beginning and it's a part of the Bible. So, and our foundation, so it will always be around. That's what I'm saying.
To that lady Winnie. I am going to run with that point, but I don't think
we are in the Bible.
We're in the
Bible.
Let Mary just finish before you go back. We're in the Bible. You want to find the makeup. You want to go dig up the makeup, but Mary, you go ahead. Go ahead, Mary.
We should adorn ourselves and look good is what the Bible wants for all of us women. Both spiritually and physically, the Lord wants us to come before Him clean and look good. So what I'm saying, Brother Desmond, but Sir Mac, is that men need to understand that as a woman, we're not wearing makeup for disguise. The truth is, we can look at the before and after pictures when we don't have makeup versus when we have makeup, and it does enhance the way we look, because looking shiny and bare is a pop-down look. So if you're not really going anywhere, then you can put off the makeup and just do minimal lip gloss and so on as a woman. But when we really dress up to go out, makeup does take our look from a 50 to 100. I do agree with them that some women overdo it, and we can tone that down and still look good, and everybody wins.
Mary, just as we come towards the end, and because you're going to have 30 seconds to wrap up, I just want to ask, if your man says, you look fine, that's how I like you, natural, you look fine, don't want you to put on any makeup, what's the response of the woman should be? The man is saying, you look fine.
I have that issue in real life, Sir Mac, where Doc doesn't want me to wear makeup. And he didn't even know that I wear makeup. When I said to him, but I wear makeup every day, he's like, no, you don't. Because I think they're basing it on the women who overdo it to become a mask. But I don't go out without makeup. You're never going to catch me on the road without makeup. But a lot of people don't know. So I would say, women, if we can tone it down, most men won't even know you're wearing it.
Wow. Desmond, your quick response. So, Mary, is the last your last sentence you wanted to make on the makeup, Mary?
No, Winnie made a point a while ago, which I am challenging the accuracy of that.
Back with the scripture, Brother Desmond.
About makeup in the Bible. Where in the Bible? Where in the Bible that tells women that they must wear makeup?
Okay,
which book in the Bible tells us that?
I am not saying, I'm not saying that there's a command thou shalt wear makeup. I am saying that the practice of makeup goes back then. The bride adorned to meet the bridegroom. How do you think the bride was adorned? The women
with clothes, Winnie, not makeup. Adorned with a beautiful dress.
Okay, I will get all the details, all the things that they put on. I'll do the research and give it to you. All the things to get the bride adorned.
When you're talking about Babylon, and times that Babylon is falling on.
No,
man, is that
Winnie, there is no book. There is no book in the Bible that tell women to wear makeup. Makeup is a modern.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
What are you saying?
It's an edict. I'm saying the custom goes way back then.
I find it in Jeremiah, Winnie.
Way back when?
Jeremiah.
No, it can't go way back. Go back when? Makeup is a modern.
Desmond, we're gonna
modern exercise.
The 30-minute podcast will be on the Franklin Speaking Jamaica podcast YouTube channel. Thanks for sharing. Please subscribe on behalf of this team, including Joshua Black and Franklin McKnight. Until then. And Mary and Winnie, you have some research to do to come back. Tell us next. Wow. So, Miss Winnie,
somebody helping out